seabirds screamed over the cold sea as the wind whistled through the barren trees. The usually quiet, rural hamlet was bustling with activity and life on this particular morning. Men and women alike were carrying large baskets of fruit. Bales of hay were trudged forward in wooden carts by strong horses, and the smell of rich pies and sweetmeats being cooked wafted out of nearly every window. It was the day of the growers' much anticipated pristine ritual, in honor of their faction relic, and the sheer power and history behind it. The artifact in question was none other than the primal stone, their sacred source of all life energy. It had been taken from their possession a little over a year ago now, and all searches had turned up fruitless. For only those attuned to its presence could ever hope to sense it. The pristine ritual was the biggest, as well as the only holiday that the growers celebrated. The rest of the year came and went without incident. The warmer months were long and spent with hard labor for the adults, as well as their offspring. There was, nor had there ever been, a lazy grower. The group's very survival was linked to its inhabitants' strong work ethic. However, when the day was done, a warm meal and a cold beer was a welcome treat to most of the weary followers. The youths were given time off from their work and school on the weekends, and the laughter of children echoed throughout the trees and down the beach on those joyous days. The growers had all gathered into Dawson's cabin by the time the sun had disappeared into the sea, all dressed in their standard tan and sepia vestments. The food had all been arranged and presented in decorative and tasty-looking ways. The parents had just come back with their youths, who were riled from a free day of play down by the seashore. The rigorous activity had kept the children busy, but it came at a price, as all of the grower children were ravenous for the bountiful feast before them, and the smell of sweet pies and juicy meats was making them restless. The urchins were not alone in their plight, however. Men and women alike all gawked at the huge feast, their eyes glazed, and their jaws practically dripping with anticipation. Dawson thumbed through the dusty book in his hands, turning each page with earnest respect. His hood was down, and his mid-length chestnut hair was decorated by a hand-woven, leafy crown. After carefully positioning a worn-woven bookmark between the pages, Dawson closed his book and stepped forward to greet his followers.
Welcome, brothers and sisters of the earth. I know that you have all been busy all day, cooking and working hard. But if it wouldn't be too much to ask, I would like to make an announcement.
No, let's eat right now!
All eyes turned on the young boy whom had just cried out. His embarrassed mother pulled him close and whispered something in his ear. Dawson smiled at his bold antics.
That's all right, lad. We'll be eating before you know it, I promise.
He said with a chuckle. He then raised both of his arms outward in a welcoming fashion. His eyes sparkled with zest at the passage he had just found hidden away in his late father's forgotten tome. The answer to all of his people's woes. Their key to true success.
This has been a bittersweet year for the growers. We harvested our fair share of produce, but we have also lost a very important part of who we are. We have saved many members of this corrupted city, but doing so, wicked men have had their suspicions aroused.
Dawson took extra notice of the young mother he had rescued last month. She held her two daughters close to the sides of her body, her smile wide, and her heart hanging on to her savior's every word. With a touched nod, the leader reached behind him and reclaimed the book he had been skimming through.
But no longer, for within these sacred texts I have found the key to our very survival. The celestial beast that shall return our primal stone to us, and in doing so, reveal themselves as our prophet's deity. My brethren, rejoice and partake within the pristine ritual like never before, for our struggles are nearly concluded.
A loud cheer rose from the crowd. Dawson waited for the cacophony of gleeful voices to calm into silence once more, then continued.
But that isn't all. These wicked men I mentioned, the corrupted nobles who first took our holy relic away from us, they now seek to usurp our God as well. Listen well to the following passages.
With that, Dawson flipped open to his bookmarked page and began to carefully read.
The parents shall come upon you. They shall engulf you in a holy fire of vigilance. They shall undo all foul deeds, all transgressions. They shall sacrifice all to return as the great beast of the wood. Only then shall the children of the earth dwell and prosper.
One of the men from the crowd raised his hand, clearing his throat.
Dawson, son of Jeremiah Landon, our wise and founder, what do these predictions mean? Just who or what is this parent? Allow me to further explain, Bartholomew. I believe that the parent represents none other than a deity of pagan roots.
Several shocked gasps rose from the crowd, prompting Dawson to smile again.
You see, I know it sounds a bit blasphemous, but I have met this deity. At the time, I did not recognize her, but after tedious study and thorough rereading of the holy texts, I now can safely proclaim that I trust my findings, as should you. Who is this great deity?
Another inquired, not bothering to raise his hand.
The last mother. She currently takes the transitional form of an innocent young maiden, with blood-red hair and ferocious green eyes, laced with gold. I have seen her, nay, spoken to her friends. She holds the key to our future, and we must protect our future.
But why? If she's a goddess, why can't she just protect herself?
An eye rang out. Dawson leered into her defiant expression.
Because of this.
He slammed the book down hard upon the altar for all to see. As his fellows gathered around him, Dawson read a second passage.
When the trickster's spawn brings forth a primal stone, all shall be united. All shall fall.
A few members of the congregation recoiled at this foreboding sentence. Again, Anaya made herself known.
She sounds more pagan than grower. How can we trust her if she's the trickster's doing?
A few agreeable murmurs from the crowd could be heard. Feeling more courageous than usual, given her aforementioned support, Anaya advanced closer to Dawson. The leader stood firm, even when she was almost face to face with her rival.
And what's that about all being united and then falling? That makes no sense. Surely even you must realize this, Dawson.
Stand down, Anaya. You've had your say.
The leader roared, causing his second to shrink backwards.
I know this sounds very confusing and frightening to you all, but we must help protect the last mother. I have been watching the stars every night since she first appeared before me in the fields. Powerful foes now seek to take her power and use it as their own. The last mother is still mortal. She has yet to embrace her dormant powers. These non-believers, these twisted creatures, they strive to kill her. They no doubt have seen the prophecy as a sign that she can grant them power over all by the term, all shall fall. But nothing could be farther from the reality. If the last mother is robbed of her power and murdered, the remaining spirit of her forebear shall be vengeful indeed. Everyone save the pagans shall perish.
More murmurs rose from the crowd, and Anaya intercepted for her third and last time.
Then we must find her. We raze the city to the ground if we have to.
Patience, and her heart is of the untamed wood. She shall come to us.